Hello YouTube. In this video today I will be talking about the two Dolphin Tale movies because they're based on a true story, and therefore I'm going to be discussing the real life events that these movies are based on. So these movies tell the story of Winter the dolphin. Winter was a bottlenose dolphin who ended up being transported to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium in Clearwater, Florida. She was widely known for having a prosthetic tail. In fact, something interesting to note is that there was a book called Winter's Tale that was made in 2009, and then the first Dolphin Tale movie came out in 2011, and then Dolphin Tale 2 came out in 2014. So Winter was originally found on December 10th, 2005 in the coastal waters of Florida. She had been caught in a crab trap, which resulted in her tail being lost. Then Winter was taken to the Clearwater Marine Aquarium and then stayed there for nearly 16 years. She ended up moving her tail in an unnatural way, side to side rather than up to down, so that she could still swim, but this ended up causing damage to her spine, and thus the workers at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium created a tail for Winter, a silicone and plastic tail that allowed her to swim normally. Winter actually became quite a popular attraction at the aquarium, and she lived in one of the pools at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium with two other dolphins named Hope and PJ. Hope the dolphin is the subject of Dolphin Tale 2. She would the tail that Winter ended up using was created by Irish prosthetist Kevin Carroll and a team of experts. They ended up putting this gel-like sleeve under the tail to make sure the tail didn't irritate Winter's skin. But because Winter's flukes and caudal peduncle had been severed, this made the task a lot more difficult than it would have been otherwise. Winter ended up actually becoming very inspiring to people, especially veterans who had prosthetic limbs. In fact, knowledge that was gained from treating Winter was applied to human amputees. In fact, specifically when it comes to U.S. Air Force Senior Airman Brian Colfage, Carroll ended up using the same gel sleeve concept to ease painful prosthetic limbs for him because Brian had lost both his legs and right hand in a 2004 motor attack in Iraq. Winter actually became the most popular attraction at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium. The story of Winter ended up gaining a lot of press coverage, and in fact, both books and Nintendo games have been published about Winter. The book that was made in 2009 was told by Craig Hatkoff and was titled Winter's Tale: How One Little Dolphin Learned to Swim Again. The book was published by Turtle Pond Publications and Scholastic. This book actually ended up being adapted into an interactive storybook on the Nintendo DS under the same title. And what's actually really interesting is that the movie Dolphin Tale was actually shot at the Clearwater Marine Aquarium, as well as other locations in Pinellas County, Florida. But on November 7th, 2021, Winter. Winter ended up dying on November 11th, 2021, at the age of 16. On November 7th, the Clearwater Marine Aquarium announced that early tests were indicating that Winter was showing signs of gastrointestinal infection. And then on November 10th, an announcement was made that Winter's condition was critical. And then she ended up dying. But there's no doubt that Winter left behind a great legacy as she became famous. And the two movies do overall are accurate in showing what happened with Winter. There's definitely elements that they add in when it comes to the characters, but overall they show what happened with Winter pretty well. However, that will wrap things up for this video. Goodbye, everyone.